taking a look at the instructions, the first step is to install longer screws in your junction box and mount this plate. Kind of you position your ladder to one side is helpful. I'm going to do it on this side so that I can wire the fixture from this side. So the two longer screws that come with your assembly kit, you're going to install into the junction box and leave them exposed approximately 3/8 of an inch. When I take the mounting plate, understanding that the long way it is the way the fixture is going to be oriented. So if I want to mount the fixture this way, I'm going to position it this way. If I want to mount the fixture this way, I'm going to position it this way. It's helpful to have a tape measure. If you want to keep it square, measure from a wall to the edge of the junction box somewhere just to ensure that you're doing it straight. But once you get it up, you'll have some time to adjust that. So I know I'm going this way. I'm going to first line up about approximately where it is so I can identify the two keyholes that I see. And I'm going to use this outer one and this straight one here to mount this box. Now the trick here, the way these are designed, is to take the straight slot and install it first. Then come back and hit the keyhole and adjust the other one. So if I do that, I got the straight one, and then I'm going to go into my other keyhole, which I've just done. Over straight, and then inside and adjust it. And it should hang there. I want to take the screwdriver. I'm going to tighten these screws. Again, I'm not perfectly straight yet, but let me get it a little tighter, and then I can adjust it. That's tight, but I got a little bit of play. Now what I would do to double check it is, again, take my tape, and if I'm going to go to this wall, I'm going to say, is it square? You know, 26, and a little more, so pull it this way. So now it's square. I can tighten this up a little more. Sure they're secure. You should always make sure you have a secure junction box when doing this too. That is the primary support. But the next step in the instruction. But the next step in the instruction sheet is to anchor this junction box on the four corners. So to do that, first you're going to drill a pilot hole. So for this step, you will need safety glasses. One in the drywall on your face. We're going to install first put the drill in. And in the center of each hole, you're going to just drill a pilot hole. And then so when I'm drilling each center hole, the trick here is if I hit a stud, then I'm going to use just a screw in the washer. If I don't hit the stud, then I'm going to need a drywall anchor first. So 2 of them hit a stud, 2 of them need drywall anchors. These are the drywall anchors, and these are the screws with the washer installed. So anchors, if this is going to work. I'm going to use just a hand drill or the screwdriver to put it up there and anchor it in so that it's flush with the drywall. It should go right through the holes that are in there. And tighten up snug. Don't over tighten it, you'll strip out the drywall. Now I've got 4 screws to put in. The 2 on this side with the that are going into the stud, I can use the drill. drywall anchors, I will use the screwdriver. I don't want to strip them out. Okay. Next step, I guess. I need to skip a step. I'm pulling these wires through. Should do that first. Now I'm going to fight a little bit. So you should pull these two wires through as you're mounting and get the black and white and the ground on this side of the fixture. I'll have to go edit in the part about the safety features. Make sure your power's off. Next is we're going to, it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the operation. Got a couple quick connects. I see some hooks I'm going to hang by. That are called out in the instruction sheet. I see how they work. And then these hooks are offset to one side, so when I hook the fixture, it will hang one direction facing me so that I can wire it a little easier. So I want to make sure I'm standing on the lock side, on this side, so that it hangs toward me. So that being said, I'm going to come up to the ladder this way. Now in these hooks there's a slot and there's a hole. The hook is made to go into the slot and out the hole. So I will go into the slot, out the hole. This side. And now it's secure. So it's also acts as a safety feature, but also convenient for wiring. Okay, next steps. Got some wire nuts here. 3 wire nuts. Got black and white coming out of the junction box. Take the 2 black wires from the drivers, put them together with the black wire from the junction box.
I don't want to be standing right there.
Wire nut. Make sure you get a good twist. Anytime you wire nut, you know that the wires start twisting. I know I got a good connection. And it's on there solid. I don't want to lose connection so that it comes off at a later date. I've got the white from the junction box. Again, 2 white wires from the drivers. Put all 3 together. The white orange wire nut on there. Twist it until the wires themselves twist around each other, a couple turns, and I know it's on there solid. Finally, there's a green ground wire. It should be coming there's one coming from the mounting plate, there's one coming from the fixture. I want to put those together, and it should have one coming out of your junction box, out of the ceiling. If you don't, you may have to install one. You need some way to hook up a ground. It's important you ground this fixture. So I put those 3 together, again, wire nut. And the ground wire, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're bare, copper, whatever it is coming out of there, it'll work. Now to get as many of these wires out of the way, there's cable ties provided. These are already on here, but I could cable tie the wires to the center. I can make sure some of these power wires, whatever fits back up in the junction box, I will push up there to get them towards the center of the fixture so they don't get hung up when you're sliding on either side. Last thing I'm doing connecting to power, I've got 2 quick connects. One coming from each driver and then 2 out of the panel. It doesn't matter which one goes where. There's one way they take a look at them and snap them together. Again, they can go either side, but once you connect them, you're good to go. Okay, I got all my wires kind of managed in the center, out of the way. Last step is I'm going to mount the fixture. Again, if I hang it like this, again, I look at my labels here. I put my hand here, it makes it easier. Step B, I'm going to slide it, and then I'm going to come back. The 2 rails, one is fixed and one slides. So when I put the fixture up, I'm going to slide it over, let it come back, and it's going to lock in place. Then I'm going to take this lock, and it's going to be basically closed, so now the rail won't slide. So once the fixture's up, it's secure and can't get accidentally knocked down. Kind of a reminder where the lock is right here. So it's open, locked. Okay. So again, looking at approximately there, I'm going to hook it, come back, and the fixture's up. I'm going to reach up with the step forward to remind you to lock. I'm going to find that lock, and I'm going to spin it so that it locks that rail in place, and it can't move this way. You have a little bit of adjustment side to side, which is okay because I can square the fixture finally if I'm off a little bit, and I'm done. So again, looking at approximately there. I'm going to hook it, come back, and the fixture's up. I'm going to reach up with the step forward.